dedicating this fight to my daughter, and I'm dedicating this fight to my late uncle, who was supposed to be here with me today watching this, and he was excited for this moment. So it's all in my heart right now. It's all anger, it's all everything. I'm not showing it because I don't need to, but really really want this fight severely bad. This is what I worked for 20 years with all the sports I've played, to get to this big point of a big-time heavyweight bout.
The comments of a fellow that's got a tall order tonight, Leo Loiacono. He's beginning to make his way into the ring. And there he is with his ears covered up back there. I don't know why. It's about 90 degrees inside this hall that we're in. Career rounds, big difference. They have no common opponents. Ray Mercer has fought 171 career rounds. This guy's only fought 36. Mercer's got 18 fights as his longest win streak, where Loiacono's only got 7, but Loiacono knocks out a lot of guys. Mercer has had 2 championship fights in his career, and he won by knockout both times. Of course, that was the WBO heavyweight championship. But this kid, Leo Loiacono, is a really nice kid. He's a school teacher. He's married to Denise, and his daughter Deanna watching tonight on USSB.
Nice.
He's never been beyond 6 rounds in his career. He fights out of the BAM Boxing Stable in Nutley, New Jersey. There he is, handsome guy, good-looking fighter. I got Vonzell Johnson still with me here. And Vonzell, what do you think when you see a guy that looks like this with a cut body?
Well, Bob, body don't make fights. You fight a guy like Ray Mercer, you better have a tough chin, because he's coming to fight.
Now, that's for sure. And one thing about Ray Mercer is he has a real strong chin. And, you know, when I see big guys like this, they look like weightlifters. They have the great bodies, but they often don't have the strong chins. They're used to lifting weights, but nobody's hitting them. And here he comes, merciless Ray Mercer. He's got one of the strongest chins of all heavyweights. I mentioned he'd been out of action for over a year with a neck operation. Former WBO world champion. Newly signed with Don King. So you know he's going to move up in the rankings. All he's got to do is win tonight. He was the gold medalist at the Seoul Olympics. Beat Francisco Damiani for the WBO title. And then you saw that vicious knockout defending it against Tommy Morrison. He has wins over Mike Dixon, Jesse Ferguson, and Tim Witherspoon. And if he's healthy, he's going to be in immediate contention for shot at the heavyweight championship of the world. We'll take a look at the tail of the tape, and you'll see some interesting things on these guys. Number one, Ray Mercer at 36 years old is at the peak of his career. Now, you might say that's a little bit old, but he's never been hurt in his career. And oftentimes you measure in other sports the chronological age, or in boxing you measure the age of a fighter by the number of difficult fights. You see that Mercer's a half-inch shorter. He's 5 pounds lighter. The 7 years we talked about, and he's got a half-inch shorter reach. He's been out of action for about a year and a half with that neck injury that we talked about, and other guys pulling out. Here's the Florida rules under which this will be contested. 10-point must, no standing 8. 3 knockdown rule is in effect. Fighter cannot be saved by the bell in any round, and only the referee can stop the fight. We're just about set to go. All right, so without further ado, let's go to Jimmy Lennon Jr.
Ladies and gentlemen, we welcome you to the Miccosukee Indian Gaming here in Miami, Florida for the featured bout of the evening, brought to you by Don King Productions and St. Ides, along with U.S. Satellite Broadcasting. This bout coming away is sanctioned by the Florida State Athletic Commission. The chairman is Eric Riley, vice chairman Terry James, commissioners Alvin Goodman, Dr. Jack Gugino, and Alita Waldman, executive director Mike Shanti. Chief physician at ringside, Dr. Alan Fields, assisted by Dr. Ramon Garcia Septien and Dr. Stanley Simpson. Timekeeper at the bell is Carmen Chirachella. And now introducing to you our judges who will score this bout from ringside: Paul Herman, Bill Ray, and Peter Trematera. Now introducing our referee in charge of this bout. He'll be giving instructions shortly. We have Bill Connors. All right, fans, here we go with our featured bout of the evening. And now, ladies and gentlemen in attendance and boxing fans joining us around the world on U.S. satellite broadcasting, it's time for the main event of the evening, a 10-round heavyweight special attraction. Introducing to you first on my left, fighting out of the blue corner, entering the ring wearing white trunks with red trim, joining us from Lodi, New Jersey. He weighed in at 243 pounds. His hard-hitting record stands at 14 wins, 2 losses, with 13 big wins coming by way of knockout. Introducing Leo, the Lion Loiacono. And his opponent across the ring on my right, he is fighting out of the red corner in our 10-round main event, wearing black trunks with gold trim, hailing from Newark, New Jersey. He weighed in at 238 pounds. He's an Olympic gold medalist. As a professional, his record stands at 24 wins, 4 losses, 1 draw, with 16 wins coming by way of knockout. Currently ranked one of the top 5 heavyweights in the world by the WBC, WBA, and IBF. Here is the former WBO heavyweight champion of the world, Merciless Ray Mercer. Once again, our referee in charge now to give instructions, Bill Connors.
All right, so we're just about set to go as the referee, Bill Connors, a very experienced ref, calls the 2 fighters to the center of the ring. You notice one thing, that Ray Mercer has a knee brace on his right leg.
All right, you both got your instruction in the dressing room. I want you to listen to my commands at all times. I expect a clean fight from both of you. I expect you to keep yourself protected at all times. Any questions on this side? Any questions on this side? Touch gloves. Good luck to you guys.
All right, who's going to be the teacher tonight? We know that Leo the Lion Loiacono is a school teacher up in New Jersey, in Patterson. But this guy has been his teacher, Ray Mercer, in the ring. And will a student take over, or will this professor that we're looking at right now teach him a lesson of what it means when you have no headgear and you're not training? That's what it's all about. Here we go. Mercer won't try to force the knockout. Now, if Mercer looks a little paunchy to you at 238, he is, but he's getting himself back into shape. It's his first fight back. He's a little bit heavy around the middle, to be sure, but he doesn't want to get down too fine, because he's going to fight 3 or 4 times before he fights for a title shot, and each time he'll lose 5 to 7 pounds. So as the competition gets stiffer, his cut sort of body will be improving all the time. This is round number 1. For Loiacono, he just wants to feel out the guy that he's sparred with so many times to see what he can do for real in there. See, he respects the punching power, and he's caught already. He may be hurt already. He's trying to fight back as best he can, but Mercer knows what to do. Big left hand over the ear. Loiacono is used to knocking out, you know, the small guys in the heavyweight division. And with a big punch like that, it's a whole lot different with a guy that really knows what to do and knows how to cover up. This is round 1. It's scheduled for 10. It's not going to go 10 rounds long. There's going to be a knockout here before it's over. I will guarantee you that. It's just a question. Fonzel Johnson says to me, I totally agree. In talking to Ray yesterday, he said, you know, I want to look good, but I'm not going to force the knockout. If it comes, it comes. The problem for Loiacono is he's used to knocking out opponents, but he never fought anyone with a steel jaw like this guy. Big question is, following the neck operation, does Ray Mercer still have that steel jaw? And so far, he's held up against everything that Loiacono has had to throw. Loiacono honestly looks a little bit tentative, although he landed a pretty good left hand that time, followed by the right hand. But you see, Mercer knows how to cover up. against lesser opponents, either one of those shots could have dropped them.
Ray Mercer's a veteran. He knows that this is his last hurrah, and I think he's going to do a job tonight.
And he's fought the best, too, you know, in Lennox Lewis, Evander Holyfield, you know, other guys like that throughout his career. Larry Holmes, Jesse Ferguson, he lost to, but he came back and beat Ferguson. But right now, he wants to get a little bit of work for real. Bangs the body of big Roy Loiacono. Loiacono, a magnificent physical specimen. And really a nice guy. And Ray Mercer's a nice guy, too. I mean, it's hard to take sides in this one. Mercer, an Army brat. His dad born in Jacksonville, Florida. Makes his home in Newark, New Jersey. And he had a terrific amateur career, too, as he won the gold medal at the Seoul Olympics. The looping right hand gets through. And so Loiacono's going to feel pretty good. He survived that first round against his teacher and merciless Ray Mercer. Let's go to the corner with Mercer. Tommy Parks, Anthony Ham, Percy Richardson over there. We'll listen in.
Don't punch and then step as you jab.
Mercer.
Not long.
All right. We're coming up to round number 2. And again, if you say, hey, Mercer doesn't look like he's in shape, he is in a lot better shape than you realize. He has that heavy sort of body. And some guys have that thickness around the middle. But again, he's not in the peak shape. You can't be absolutely fine for every fight. And he's going to work himself down probably another 10 or 12 pounds. And that'll take that midriff away, and you'll see his body much more cut the next time out. But right now, and of course, going against a guy like Loiacono, who has a magnificent looking body, and he's hit, he's on the ropes, and he goes down. Loiacono will take the 8 count. It's up to 5 and 6. He may be really hurt. Up to 7 and 8. I don't know if he's going to make it. 9. He's trying to get up, and he says no, he can't make it. And then afterwards, Bill Connor says, no, it's too late. You didn't make the 10 count. Now, the crowd not particularly crazy about what happened. The problem is that happens so many times, and you know as a fighter, a guy gets up at 12 and says, hey, I'm okay. But it's a 10 count. The referee had to make the decision. And Bill actually slowed down the count to give him every opportunity. And Loiacono just wasn't there. And then a second later, 2 seconds later, he was fine.
Ray Mercer is a true warrior, Bob.
Well, a second round knockout. And Loiacono almost can't believe he's not hurt now. He would have liked to perform better, but he was really cut pretty good. And we'll show you a couple of different angles of this. And let's see what happens. It's a big right hand gets through, and the left gets him in trouble. Now he's hurt with the left hand. He's really hurt here. Ray loads that right hand back up, but it was the left hand that did the damage.
Yeah, the hook hurt him. It was definitely the hook. The left hook hurt him.
And this angle will be even better to see it. Right there gets him started, and then bang, right there is a good left hand. And he's heard what he had to do. All right, let's go and get the official timing from Jimmy Lennon Jr.
Ladies and gentlemen, with the time of 46 seconds in round number 2, our referee in charge, Bill Connors, reaches the count of 10. He's the winner by way of knockout, merciless Ray Mercer.
All right, I'm going to make my way up into the ring, Vonzel, to find out what Ray has to say. So I'm going to slide over here. And Vonzel, you kind of